Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining me at the Love Manual. I'm Mel, your host. The Love Manual is a podcast where we get advice and tips from professionals and viewers and listeners, on love and relationships. So today I actually have the pleasure of interviewing Lori Mendelsohn. She is the proud owner of Matchmaker Dating Coach at Smart, Funny, and Single. And she's a small business advisor for WWBIC. And she has a very uplifting personality, and her spirit and her charm just brightens up the room. Please help me welcome Miss Lori Mendelsohn to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Lori.
What a lead in. That's a hard one to top.
Oh, Lori, you are beautiful. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Mel. How are you doing?
I am doing great. It is so good to see you again, of course.
Thank you. Same here.
Yes. So I just want to hop in, and I just really want to ask you, how are you doing during the pandemic? Of course, this is like the second wave, third wave. I mean, we don't know how many waves we're going through, but how are you holding up?
I'm doing really well, Mel. What I do every morning is I have two standard poodles who I walk along the beach. I live about 5 blocks from Lake Michigan. So every morning I do sort of a meditation, and I plan out my day, and I get to get fresh air, and I get to walk along the water and hear the cleansing sound of the waves. So It's really a beautiful thing. And having the dogs is really helping me get through this. And I also have a new man in my life, so that's really spectacular. So I'm not only getting through this, I'm grooving this right now.
Wow, Lori, check you out. Well, yes. I'm excited for your new man. Of course, anybody, who is a matchmaker deserves to be in love as well. So I'm very happy for you, and I'm happy for your doggies. So how many do you have, you said, two?
2 standard poodles, yes.
Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. That is so beautiful. And like you said, for this whole COVID thing, I guess that the sound of the waves, that really is relaxing. And I love the sound of the waves. So you're so lucky you get to do that every morning.
Every morning, rain or shine.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Yes. So I know that you had several genres of businesses and everything, and you are just such a talented young lady. What made you switch genres and become into, a matchmaker? What made you want to be a matchmaker?
Well, it was something that I have been doing really my entire life. Since I was 19 years old, I started fixing friends up and colleagues up. And I thought I really have a gift, and I have an intuition to introduce couples to each other. Mm-hmm. So after selling my dog walking and pet sitting business that I built and sold, I decided to go into matchmaking. It just seemed like a natural progression because I'm a very purpose-driven person. I love to help people, and I love nothing more than helping people find love. So it's really a terrific thing that I get to do every day.
I love that. You're my kind of lady. Anything that have to do with love and relationships, and then helping people build, even from the beginning is so amazing. And I love and applaud you for, doing that. And like you said, when you were younger, that was always in you, I guess. So you just had to let it out some type of way, huh?
Yes, exactly. Mel, it's gotten a lot harder, of course, during the pandemic. And I'm getting more and more calls of people saying, well, when the world opens up again, I'd like to start dating. And I am telling everyone, now is the time to do it. I found someone. If I can find someone, and being very picky and being a matchmaker, and a lot of people don't want to go out with a matchmaker.
Right.
I think everyone can do it. I think it's really an opportune time right now. So
I do too. I really do, because this is going to be the time where you actually get to know that person that you are meeting slowly, as opposed to before when you would just go out on a date and then rush into things. But now you really have to take it slow, and it is the perfect time to do so. I believe that. Yes. So with your matchmaking, what is your success rate of your couples staying together? That's what I want to know.
Well, I have couples that I introduced when I was 19, in my 20s, in my 30s, who have been married all this time. So I'm 64 years old.
Ooh, looking good, Lori.
I'm going to go on Medicare in a couple of months. I'm very excited.
Okay. And then we'll talk about AARP later, because I need to know about that. So go ahead.
But my success rate is very high.
Right.
I have very long-term relationships, kids, grandkids. People now that I've introduced are engaged, they're living together. The people who I do dating coaching with are now really feeling very comfortable and confident when they go out on dates. They're prepared. So, I find that to be a success.
Wow. Well, that is
Yeah.
beautiful. I mean, a lot of people usually get together through dating apps and everything like that and don't get what they expect and everything. But with a live matchmaker, I think that is more personal, and then you get to actually see the person and match them with the correct, person that you feel is right for them. So, how long do you get to know the person before you actually introduce them to someone that you feel is right for them?
Well, I'm going to say, Mel, that it takes me right now. And I'm going to say this, that right now it's very hard for me to matchmake because I have my pool of people that I pull from if they're right for the client that I have. But it's getting harder, of course, to go out and meet people. And when we do meet people, this is all we see,
Oh,
all that we see of them now.
absolutely.
And so we don't really know what's underneath that mask. And people are
Right.
afraid of talking to strangers right now because they don't want to get more than 6 feet, close to them.
Right.
So what I do is I'm taking longer to get to know them and I'm taking longer to coach them. And I'm telling them up front, I can't go out and look for someone for you right now. What we'll focus on right now is coaching, getting you ready, getting you confident. Because one of the things that I really subscribe to is that you are not ready to meet someone until you can give what you are expecting of someone else. You have to meet the person where you are. And
Absolutely.
a lot of people just want to meet someone. They
Mhm.
don't want to be alone. They're codependent. They're anxious. They're lonely.
Mhm.
That's not the right way to go about it. I understand no one wants to be alone, and especially during this pandemic.
Right.
But it's a disservice to someone who you're dating if you aren't emotionally ready and physically ready.
I agree 100%. And that is really true because people do tend to just say, like you said, oh, I'm lonely or I don't want to be alone. They're bored and all of that. And then they jump into something that is not necessarily good for them. And then what happens? A couple months later, you're just single again,
Yes.
still looking with that notch on your belt. And, it's just too much.
Yeah,
So,
it is too much. It's better to be alone and work on yourself
yes,
and
absolutely.
really work on yourself. And I think that that's why with the man that I'm with now, we
Uh-huh.
both did a tremendous amount of self-work, self-reflection, and we had to go through a lot of relationships first to get to each other, to know what we truly wanted and what we can give each other.
Absolutely. And that is exactly what happened with myself. You have to go through these experiences and then figure out, okay, this is what I want, but he's not what I want. This is what I need. He doesn't have it. Then you just go through these relationships and it's not even that you're searching for anything. You're just knocking off your list what you will not deal with and what you will deal with. And then finally you'll find that person that has the whole package and you're like, okay, because they have gone through their own experiences, and I think that just like a song says, experience is the best teacher. you
Yes,
know? So
without question.
yes, I love
No
that.
matter how hard it is. Yes.
Yeah, no matter how hard the experience is, life lessons teach you things and you have to learn as you go. So when you're in relationships, of course, you're going to be learning about everything about yourself as well. Like, wait a minute, I didn't think I was going to tolerate that, or and then you just find
Right.
somebody that could actually handle you and you can handle them. And then that is where you're like, okay, I'm content and satisfied with who I am and with who I have.
Right, exactly. And conversation is the most
Oh
important thing.
my God.
Telling someone, here's what is happening right now for me. Can we
Yeah,
talk about this? I'd like to fix
absolutely.
that. How do you feel about that?
I love that so much because that is really true, Lori. You have to be able to conversate, and really bring out your true feelings and your real self. But if you can't, then that's not the person for you because if you have to cover up stuff or you can't communicate the way you want to, then it's an issue.
That's right. And it'll blow up in a matter of time anyway.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And we know that.
We do. We've all been there, right, Mel?
Absolutely. Right now, you got
Been
that right,
there,
Molly.
done it.
Yep, been there, done that. So I was going to ask you with that, how has, your matchmaking helped you in your relationships, not just this one, but, previous? How has it helped you?
It's made me much pickier.
That's a good one.
I don't know if it's so much the matchmaking. I think therapy really helped me. I had a great therapist, and my therapist, I used to go into a date saying to myself, oh gosh, will he like me? Am I enough for him? These huge feelings of self-doubt. And she said, I want you to pivot, which I know is the most overused word of 2020.
I love the word pivot, though.
I want you to pivot your thinking and then look at that man as what does this man offer me?
Yeah.
What does he bring to the table? I hate to say it like a business, but what value will he bring to my life? Yeah. And as I started doing that, and I tell my clients this too, and I said, well, why don't I follow my own advice for once rather than just kind of trying to wing it? And when I followed my own advice and I started using my feminine energy, which was a totally different thing because I'm the girl who gets S blank blank T done. I take over, and there's no space for a man when a woman takes over. So I started thinking, okay, I need to give some of this away. I want to give some of this away because I'm tired of being the one who's in control all the time. And that helped me too. So pretty much doing what I am coaching my clients to do is what I followed, and it worked beautifully. It's magic.
I love that, Lori. I love that you said that because women do tend to say, oh, I'm independent. I could do this on my own. I don't need that. I don't need that. But when you do release some of that feminine, way and say, okay, you know what? Let this guy take control a little bit and see where that takes me, as opposed to me or you or any other woman trying to be in control of everything all the time.
We can't.
I had to release too. Yeah, we can't.
I know. And it's hard because, as women, we're taught to be strong, independent, smart, successful.
Yep. Yes.
We can take care of ourselves, but you know what? It's really nice having someone else take care of us too. It's awesome.
Lori. Yes, it is.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. And I just love your energy and how happy you are when you speak about them. It's a good thing when you finally find someone that is, compatible with you, your thoughts, your style, and just everything that you have to offer. And they have things to offer you as well, positively.
Well, Mel, you're going to appreciate this. I live in Wisconsin and he's an East Coast guy. So, and I spend a lot of time in New York. So.
Yes, I do, Lori.
And he's got the attitude. He's got he's just wonderful.
Oh, that is so great. Well, we already spoke about after the pandemic, you have to come back and visit New York. So
we will.
Right? Yeah, you guys definitely have to come back. So I know that you won the service award for Angie's List, and I love Angie's List. I've never used it, but I've always, seen it on TV and use Angie's List for this and that. How did you feel winning that award?
When I first received it the first year, Mel, it was awesome. It was amazing. I was very proud. I was very proud of the business, and I was very proud of the team because in a business, of course, you're not an island. It was a wonderful, hardworking, dedicated, smart, savvy team that I worked with. So the award was not only for me, but also for them. But I think something that spoke to my heart more was we did a fundraiser, and everyone who's listening, we're talking about when I owned a dog walking and pet sitting business. And we won a national award for a fundraiser. And what we did was we used a Cadillac Escalade. We filled the Cadillac Escalade with food and treats and toys. And then we filled the Escalade so full we couldn't get any more into it. And we called them and said, we need another car to fill. They brought another car. And we drove everything over to the animal shelter. And they had enough food for 3 months to feed all the animals in the animal shelter. So that to me, that was better than winning the Angie's List Super Service Award.
Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Yeah. I love that. I don't have a pet, but I want one now. I want a pet.
Well, there are plenty that need homes, And during COVID, I mean, what better time to get a pet when you're going to be around and you can love on them and vice versa?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think that is an amazing thing that you've done. And I know that you volunteered for several other organizations that, like myself, I mean, I think volunteering is so important, giving back to the community and everything. So what are some of the organizations or some of the things that you've done during your volunteering years?
Well, last year, one of the highlights of my year was serving meals at the Salvation Army. We served, I believe it was 8,000 meals.
Oh, wow.
It was epic. It was great. There were so many terrific volunteers there. I love doing that. I also, when I do makeovers with my clients, I go in their closets and take all of the clothing that they no longer want or need. And it's been donated to an organization in Milwaukee called Journey House. And the Journey House repurposes this clothing for men and women who are looking for jobs. So it gives them an opportunity to have, new clothing that will make them feel better. They're low income, they're the underserved, they're very much the minority, low income population. And it's a treat to be able to do that for them and have them feel and look, kind of fly when they go out on these jobs.
She's like, kind of fly. I love that. I worked for the Salvation Army, and then once I stopped working for them, I also volunteered too. And like you, I would go into everybody's closet and get their old prom dresses and their old prom shoes and everything like that. And then we would have a day where they could come up and the girls who were going to graduate, come and get your dress, come and get a prom dress, come and get some shoes and everything. So volunteering is definitely, something that I'm going to continue to do. Yeah. And I know you are too, once this whole COVID thing goes away.
Always.
It just takes...
It speaks to our heart. Yeah. That's part of who we are, Mel. Absolutely. It's necessary for us.
It really is. And I love it so much. So, I mean, I'm wondering, where do you get all of this energy and all of these thoughts from? Where do you get this stuff from?
I don't know. Mel, you're a New Yorker. You get it. I think I was born in the wrong place and probably live in the wrong town right now because I've got, I have that New York drive and that New York energy. And I can't sit still, and I don't take no for an answer, which I'm learning to do. But
wow. Well, yeah, you from New York. I know you got that energy in you. So
caffeine helps.
Yes, I just started on a caffeine kick. So you're right.
It really does. And I'm excited now speaking to you. Normally I'd be asleep on the couch by now.
Oh, yay. Up, Lori, in Wisconsin, right?
Yes. You can call me at 4:50 in the morning. I'm up.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I just might do that for some advice. What? I don't know, but I'm going to call you for something.
You got it, Mel.
Yay. So if anybody is looking for you, Lori, where can they find you?
They can find me at smartfunnysingle.com.
Smartfunnysingle.com. Love it.
They can find me on LinkedIn under my name, Lori Mendelsohn.
Okay.
They can find me on Facebook under Lori Mendelsohn.
I love that. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be looking for you, Okay.
Mel, I want to share something with you that I just partnered with a photographer who, as a goof, she wanted to start photographing first blind dates.
Wow.
So we're partnering together, and the couples that we're going to be fixing up, she's going to be shooting them as they take their blindfolds off and their masks on. So so I'm hoping everyone will follow and get to see some of these wonderful photographs that she's going to be taking.
Absolutely. Where is that going to be? On your Facebook?
It's going to be on my Facebook page.
Oh,
When
yeah.
she posts them, when we start doing the shoots, she's going to be posting them, and then I will share them.
Oh, you please be
Yes.
sure to contact me and let me know when the first one is going to come out. So that way all of our followers are pop on. And look, I think that is a good idea. You really going to get the initial shock when they that's going to be personal. That's going to be too funny.
Yeah, but now what if they don't like each other?
Exactly. Well, you can all of that on camera and we'll be able to see it. I'm ready for that. That's exciting.
Yeah, but now,
oh my
God! Look
God!
at that person are like,
Yep. Yeah. Are they going to know that they're being followed or?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so then they probably have to keep their composure once them blindfolds come off, huh?
Yeah. That's when the magic happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that's going to be good, Lori. So please make sure, you let me know so that way we'll follow. What advice would you give to singles or couples that want to date, that are dating now, or, trying to find someone, during this COVID season? I call it COVID season, but
COVID season.
COVID season. Listen, this season, we're sick of this season. It need to go. Right?
So Mel, the advice that I always give is be yourself, because if you're not yourself, somewhere down the road, the real you is going to come out, and it's not going to be pretty, and you're going to be resentful. So be yourself, be honest. Don't be afraid to dive in, in getting on an online dating site and just putting your foot in the water and start conversing with people. And that'll give you kind of, your sea legs to start dating. And then when you meet someone who you think that you will be compatible with, socially distance, meet for coffee, be outside, go for a walk. You could even do FaceTime before you go on the date. You could do a Zoom call with them. You could have a virtual dinner. Or you could have virtual wine with them, whatever it is that you choose. But don't put off, because right now, we're not doing anything. So why not try it? We have nothing to lose right now. And nothing. And if we don't do it now, why not now?
Right. Then when, right?
Then when. Exactly.
Then when. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Really smart. I think that's a good idea. Social distance, virtual wine dates. I mean, you guys cook a meal and then come together and sit down and eat it, in different homes, but on Zoom. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, love is all over. And I think, like you said earlier, it should take you some time now, especially, get to know that person and everything like that. And what better platform than Zoom,
That's right. Right. And I know that we're all Zoomed out, for meetings during the day.
Oh my goodness.
But it's funny, Mel, my boyfriend and I were talking about this today. And, I always hear people saying, well, I want a great guy. I want a great woman. Okay. All the great guys and the great women, what is their channel right now to meet someone? They're online. They're looking. They're not at bars. They're not at sporting events. They're not out in public, enjoying life.
No.
They're sitting in their homes with with a computer. Go for it. You have nothing to lose.
I love that you said that, Lori. You go, girl.
Go, girl.
And guys,
go, boys.
Look at you, right? We got to give it up to them. Lori, I loved interviewing you. I mean, you are just so sweet. Your spirit is just it just brightens up the room. And I was excited to know that I was going to be able to interview you, talking to you like, a couple months ago, but I was so excited. Yes. So I appreciate you so much. And like you told everyone, the platforms that they could find you on, and please do not forget to just pop me a call and say, Mel, we're about to do the first blind date video. So that way I could see right along with you guys. Okay.
I will be happy to do that, Mel. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori,
Thank
so
you.
much. I
I appreciate
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you as well. And I'm going to have you back on, right?
I'm here.
All right.
It's
Yay.
COVID season.
Yeah. Oh, yay. Right. So what else do we have to do but chat?
You know what, Mel?
Mhm.
Maybe my boyfriend and I can chat next time.
Absolutely.
You
I'm
know?
definitely looking forward to meeting Lewis. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
looking forward to meeting him. I know. Look at you. Yeah, you're glowing a lot more than the last time I saw you. Okay. You really are. I'm proud of
Mel,
you, Lori.
let's do our Eartha Kitt, okay? Can we?
Go. Yeah, you do it.
Okay, you do too at the same
Okay.
time. Okay, ready?
Yes. Yes, Lori. That's okay. I see what you're doing. We're gonna let Lewis watch this, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, I knew you had it in you, Lori.
I know.
All right. Well, I appreciate you so much. And I'll be talking to you soon.
Very good.
You enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy your relationship, your new
Thank you.
relationship.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. I appreciate this.
No
Thank you so much.
problem. Absolutely. Bye, Lori.
Bye, Mel. Thank you
You're
again.
welcome. She is such a sweetheart. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And please do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to like and share us on Facebook. And like we said, you'll find me on Facebook.com, the Love Man /the Love Manual page. You'll also find me on you can email me at contact@thelovemanual.com. And just don't forget to subscribe and like. And please do not forget to subscribe and like for Lori's page as well. And if you need any advice or any assistance when it comes to love and dating, contact Lori. She'll help you. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.